My brother dumped our mother outside like trash, then came back begging. Last winter at midnight, my 70-year-old mother was left shivering on my porch with a single cardboard box in her hands. I opened the door to find her trembling violently, her eyes bloodshot, holding a handful of loose family photographs. She kept apologizing for disrupting my night, weeping as if she were the problem. When I finally calmed her down, the brutal reality came out. My brother Derek's wife wanted her bedroom to convert into a walk-in closet for her business. Instead of talking to me, Derek waited until his wife went to sleep, packed our mother's things, drove 40 minutes to my house, and left her on the dark steps before speeding off. The next morning, my hands shook as I dialed his number. When I demanded to know how he could leave our elderly mother in freezing temperatures, his response turned my stomach. "You have the spare room anyway," he sighed heavily, entirely unfazed. "She was getting too slow around the house. It's your turn to deal with her." He hung up instantly. For 5 months, my mom went through a quiet heartbreak. She sat near the front window every afternoon, keeping her phone on her lap, constantly checking the screen to see if his name would appear. She made endless excuses for him, telling me he was just busy and stressed. But Derek completely blocked her out, ignoring her birthday and failing to send a single text. Slowly, we helped her rebuild her life. She started volunteering, made new friends, and became the lively woman I remembered. Then, a legal notice arrived from an estate executor. Piece of land our grandfather owned had sold to a developer, leaving my mother with a massive inheritance that changed her life forever. Suddenly, Derek's dynamic shifted completely. After months of dead silence, his name began flashing on my mom's phone multiple times a day. His wife suddenly started leaving sweet voicemails, pretending they had always cared. Last night, Derek and his wife showed up unannounced at my front door, looking visibly anxious and desperate. Derek wasted no time, admitting his business was failing and they were drowning in debt. His wife forced a smile and looked at my mother. "Mom, we think it's time you move back into your old room. Family should stay together." The room went entirely cold. I braced myself, worried my mother's old habits of protecting him would kick in. Instead, she just quietly set her cup down, her expression completely steady. "When I needed family," she said softly, "you needed a walk-in closet." Derek's face flushed a deep, humiliated red as he stared at the floor, unable to defend himself. They didn't get a dime of her inheritance, and they left knowing their greed had permanently cost them the only mother they had.